engaging in some tomfoolery.
Always.
Shenanigans.
When am I not? Wait, are you talking to me or the chat?
Yes.
The internet.
Oh no!
You're talking to the internet.
Hi, internet. I'm always up to no good.
It's true.
Alright, so one of you won rolls.
Yeah. It wasn't me.
I don't see yours on there.
It's a 5.
Oh yeah, no, I've only managed it myself. Womp womp.
It was before you connected.
Oh.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
You don't get to see my rolls.
No!
Doesn't rhyme, I don't care. That's not the kind of bard I am.
Not one for eloquence.
Womp womp.
No, just don't want to waste my time on things that don't deserve rhyme.
It's very Diana of you.
Tee.
Alright, so are you recapping, or are you making one of them recap?
I feel like Penelope should recap.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh, no, okay. Ready for me to just tell this entire story exactly as it happened?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly how it happened.
Yep. You
Uh-huh.
were right there in the action, printing.
So we start to go into this room where there are like 2 guards doing their thing. And then everybody's like, oh shit, there are guards. We should come up with a plan so we don't get seen by the guards. And then they're like, oh my god, all of us can spider climb. Penelope can't spider climb though. And she's like, fine, I'll be a distraction. And they're like, no, 2 of us will be a distraction. And so Janice became my super sexy, awesome bodyguard named Janice. And I disguised myself as like Dude Face McNasty Man. That is his actual legal name.
It's one of the terms of the settlement.
I mean, he's not here to defend himself.
Yeah.
So we can call him whatever we want.
But yeah, so I walked in and I was like, yes, hello, I know how to act like a pompous mage because I've been around Diana this last couple of weeks. And I hope that doesn't come back to bite me later. But I basically convinced them that yes, it was me. I don't know how to pronounce guy's name. Atrim Galliasta, Butthole Galliasta. And they're like, oh my god, boss, you're back. It's been so long. And I was like, yep, I've got trauma and amnesia. Tromnesia. And
height reduction.
And they're like, oh my god, okay, cool, let's go visit Zappy. And I was like, heck yeah. So we went to visit Zappy, who turned out, I don't remember what kind of creature Zappy was, but it was basically a big nasty lizard snake thing that was eating people. Guess what? The Galliasta family was turning people into pure mana or something.
Time-honored tradition.
Crystals, yeah.
It's very Full Metal Alchemist of him.
He's turning them into saint words.
No!
For the purposes of gloating to a certain motley apex, we totally fought and killed a dragon. Absolutely, 100%.
Sure, yeah,
it was
absolutely.
a dragon.
One of the guards let the thing out of its holding box thing and then promptly died. And then the other one also died because it got fed to the thing.
It absolutely did.
Derek picked it up and just chucked it.
Yeah, Derek picked up a man and just chucked him at the thing, and that's just apparently a time-honored tradition.
Learned it from watching you.
Not from watching me, I didn't do it.
So proud of him.
And then Annis did this really badass thing where she like jumped on top of the thing's head and like stabbed it. Yeah.
That's true. Did do that.
Iden got turned into rotisserie horse.
Facts.
Penelope decided. Oh yeah, there was some lightning, and the lightning zapped the computer in the center, and that opened it up. And there was a computer button that just said print. So Penelope was like, "I'm going to use my really high technology roll to print this document."
Push the singular
And
button.
the document, to push a singular button and wait for this 2005 ass printer print out document containing all the information about the Galliasta family's research and what they were doing and what the guy was doing up until the Grail War, and what kind of servant he tried to summon, what kind of servant he actually did summon. Dude was a bitch. We love Medea. I love Medea. That's just Zip talking. That's not Penelope. We found out that the other staff belongs to Circe, or at least that's what it says in the documentation that Penelope has read through. I assume Addis has read through it at this point.
Yep.
Iden has not, as a clarification.
Iden has not read it. He just went TLDR. I'm gonna go bro.
Yeah, I gotta go thank my bro for saving my life.
And then they got a primeval battery, which is basically lightning in a jar. I wanted to say lightning in a can, but that's not accurate. Yeah, I don't think I forgot anything.
And we burned the place down.
No, we didn't.
Yeah!
We did that. We did not do that.
We left it in
No.
ruins.
No, why are you guys so thirsty for blood?
We
Damn.
saved all of the people, even though they're all jerks that are working for a bad family, and then we burned it down as we left.
Yeah!
I thought you were a druid.
You could still see the smoke as we landed back on the
I thought
shore.
you were a peace cleric.
Oh, Iden's looking horrified. He's like, no!
We did not actually do that.
Yeah.
We did steal guns from a lot of people. But
Iden
That's
learned
the
that.
other week.
that's true. I just wanted to
You just
remind
wanted to
everyone
oh,
that we
that's
have
right.
so many
I
guns.
forgot to mention one thing that was really cool and incredibly sexy.
Yeah.
Penelope stabbed the thing
Oh.
in the face with her sword, and when she couldn't attack with the sword, she just pulled out a pistol and shot it in the face.
Yeah! That's some good shit.
Yeah. And then we left, and nothing burnt down. And, yeah.
And then you left the island and you never looked back.
Yep. Pretty much.
And now we have a staff and a battery and some guns.
And some trauma.
Woo!
And guns.
And a document. Don't add more guns to that.
And a spell plan book. Always put fucking Death Ward first. Forget guidance, or not guidance, the guiding bolt setup. We've learned the
Yeah,
lesson.
you never know when you're gonna suddenly be fighting a monster that can kill you in one hit.
It rolled
It's
really
like-
high.
When you think you're gonna help the homies out. Oh, say that
No,
again.
wait. We haven't discovered the smell of charred horse because we've already run across that. Hey.
So, what are we up to this week?
So you got back. You had time to learn a little bit about the stick. That was fun.
Yeah, didn't it get like exactly 1 inch taller than the other staff or
Oh,
something?
cool.
Yeah, so when you place the two staves next to each other, the one that was recovered from the association via trade shrank by an inch to be a little bit shorter. It was already shorter because it was sized down to Penelope's size, but it got even shorter.
Eh.
And the one that Anna's attuned to resized itself to be the appropriate height for her. And now that she is attuned to it, she can see what it does. and it may or may not have other features.
Woo!
So now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go down a list of different things that we're just going to pick up on in the abstract time that we're jumping over, because downtime is fun. We don't actually need to be doing something literally every day of it. So, for starters, I'm just going to go off the list that I shared with you earlier, but we can adjust if we need to. So, first up, you've had it on... Yeah, we can hear you typing. We can still hear you typing.
Oh, fucking A.
There you go.
1 second, yeah.
Yeah. So first up on the list, because it's been on your to-do list since the boat, we're going to go ahead and we're going to give you your opportunity to meet up with the church. So, and I believe that is something that you were planning on doing alone.
Mm-hmm.
You are not bringing any backup.
I did say that if I could borrow either Beach or Uncle Heath, I would do that, but otherwise I would go solo.
I mean, you know where Uncle Heath is, so...
Yeah. That didn't mean closing the shop, but I guess I can do that.
It's up to you.
Probably won't be that long that we're going.
Oh, people can watch the shop.
I'm sure you have better things to do, you know, like training, warlock training.
Fine, be the way.
We'll just close the shop
Penelope doesn't talk to Ennis for 5 months.
Oh my god.
for a couple hours. Not a big deal. We won't be going that long.
5 months.
Well, okay.
Joking.
Fine then.
I'm joking. Oh my God.
5 months later.
Later. So yeah, they've gotten in touch with you, and they have said that they would be interested in meeting you, and the location that they have suggested for this is a church about 3 kilometers from your shop, so walking distance, but not the most convenient.
Okay.
Before Ennis leaves, he just wants to kind of go up to her and be like, hey, like, you know, with everything going on, you'll slide in the whole butcher joint operation thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's like his one thing. He's like, I will not intrude. Okay, and then he's like, cool, nods his head and he backs off.
Well, you're not talking to me for 5 months.
I was joking. I'm not even there.
Oh, good point. Yeah. Okay.
All right, so you and Heath are going to go there?
We set out. Yep.
All right.
I'm assuming Beach is busy, and we know Buck is busy, so...
Yeah.
Not that I would take him along anyway. He'd probably try and seduce one of the nuns.
You have not seen him since he left you that note.
Yeah, that rocks.
He's been very busy.
She'll know all about it in excruciating detail, whether we want to or not.
At some point.
When he comes back, if he comes back.
So, 2 of you set out. When you get there, it's like a normal weekday. There's not a service going on right now, but it is a large and old church. Looking over it, Heath suggests you walk around the building once, learn where all the doors are.
Oh, yeah.
He's pretty much playing scout on this thing. He's like, you know, he can take care of himself, but you also know that you don't live to be that long without being at least a little cautious. So, but yeah, he rounds it. He gets a good sense of it. He lets you know that, you know, if anything goes weird or sideways, to split up, meet back up at the shop. if
I'm
necessary.
saying this as a joke. Annis would have no reason to do this. I'm saying we're looking to make sure there's not a basement. Or for orphans. Anyway, no, we head inside.
It's fine. You've already got a battery.
Don't like that.
Yeah. But yeah, so you get there. Walking inside, it's pretty empty. Like, you don't see any staff anywhere in the foyer or any of that. But in the main cathedral, there are a number of pews, obviously. Several rows of them, in fact. It's pretty large.
Before we go in,
yeah.
can I cast Enhance Ability on myself to give myself bonuses to Charisma?
You should be able to do that.
Yeah. I want to do that before I'm in there so that, like, don't see me, like, casting and be like, a heathen or whatever.
Sure.
A witch!
A witch! Ban the witch! I think it's, yeah, Evil Splendor.
Yeah.
Why not? I'll also cast it at a higher level and get Heath, too.
Sure.
A double witch!
Yep, totally. Okay. My abilities are in here.
Hooray. That gives advantage, right?
What?
Yeah. Gone are the days of actually just getting numerical bonuses. Back in the old days, it'd be +2. But
Oh,
there you
cool.
go.
I can do that.
Yeah, nice. Okay. So yeah, walking in, the room is very well lit. There's stained glass windows all along the sides and at the far end. You don't really need to roll religion to identify at least some of the scenes being portrayed in here. And there's a single person sitting in the room. They're in the front, one of the front right pews. And they have blue hair. And they're looking forward.
Okay, so when I was contacted, was I given a name or just told to meet someone at this church?
You were told that a representative would be waiting for you there, and that their intention is to resolve this peacefully, so please do not make a scene, and please do not show up looking for a fight, because they'd really rather not fight in the church.
Oh, they know me so well. No. Okay, what time of day is it? Is it still like morning, afternoon?
Yeah, this is like 11 in the morning.
Okay. Alright, I guess Annis will walk up and stop beside her and... Yep, good morning.
All right.
Sister?
She turns and she smiles at you. And I will show you what she looks like.
I was about to say, I don't know that... Okay, yeah, I recognize her, but I don't know that Annis...
Annis would not.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Would Freddie have described her at all?
Would who have described her, Freddie? Oh, yeah. Yeah, he described her. He said that she is the most dangerous person he's ever met.
Cool, cool. Did he ever say a name?
CL.
Yeah, that's... Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it does not take a huge leap of logic to assume this person is CL.
She is one of the 2 blue-haired church members you know, and you've met the other one.
That's true. It's true. CL, I presume?
She turns and, like, smiling at you, and when she does that, gonna go ahead and roll something for you.
Oh, dear.
Oh no.
You're rolling or am I rolling?
I'm rolling.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Like, yes, she could absolutely kick my ass.
Okay. For a brief moment when you look at her, you feel like you've seen her somewhere before. And you think back to when you were first opening your shop, or rather when you first took over the shop. And you get the feeling that she dropped by all the time and was super nice to you and helped you with cleaning the place up and helped you get everything moving together. She checked in on you. She was there to help out whenever the association was giving you issues. And that could never have happened. That's impossible. Something is going on. Something about this woman is giving you the impression that you're supposed to think of her fondly as someone who was always there, when in fact this is the first time you've met her. You get the sense that whatever she's doing would probably work on most people, but it's not working on you.
Can you stop that or turn that off? Or
Oh, my apologies. It's a habit of mine. She blinks her eyes once and the effect goes away.
Okay.
Sorry.
No trouble.
So I take it you're the woman that Frederick is willing to go into hiding for.
You cut out
so much.
Of course I did, because why would anything ever work? Alright, I'm gonna get close to the microphone, and we'll see if it picks up better. Alright. So, you're the woman that Frederick was willing to go into hiding for?
I guess so. Yeah, that is much better, by the way.
Okay, good. Then I may adjust the microphone placement for the future, but I think I know what's going on. I think this room is so acoustically different from the old one that I have to do some manual calibration. But I can work with this for now. Yeah. My understanding is that you're interested in donating to the Holy Church an ancient relic that was lost to time.
I do have one of those, yes, and I am willing to return it to the church.
That is most appreciated.
I would just ask for a couple of favors in return.
The church is always open to help those who help the church.
Okay, so the first favor would be to just ensure that Freddy can leave the church whenever he needs to and not be threatened, or his family be in danger for leaving. If he wants to stay on his own, he obviously can, but I would like for him to be able to leave without, being threatened, or his family being threatened.
I'm not sure that he's properly explained what his situation is to you. It's not that he's threatened should he leave, it's that he's protected while he stays. His existence is a danger to himself and others, and we provide him, well, specifically I provide him, with the training necessary to keep himself and his loved ones safe, and a degree of protection from those similar to me who would not be so generous at the nature of his existence. I have sympathy for him.
You're still cutting out.
Of course I am. I'm just going to talk instead of doing the low voice. I think that might just work better. Just pretend that I have anime girl voice. It'll be fun.
I can add something in post in about 2 years when I get to this.
Sure, why not? Yeah, I'll do my Tsukihime voices later. It'll be great. But yeah, so she says that she provides protection for Freddy. It's not that they will go after him specifically for leaving. It's that while he's there, he's kind of under her umbrella. Like, he is shielded from the rest of the church because she's there.
Okay.
She says that she's sympathetic to his situation and does not want to see anything bad happen to him. But if he is separated from the church, she will have a harder time keeping him safe, because it's a lot easier to rationalize someone who's in training under her than it is for someone like him to be freely moving about the world.
Ah, okay. Well, I think we're on the same page about wanting to keep him safe at least. Alright. In about 5 months' time, I'm going to need to borrow him. I'm not sure for how long. As long as I can do that, I think we're good on that front.
Are you taking him to the undersea?
Yes?
He should be about as safe there as he could be anywhere, which is to say not very, but there will only be a normal contingent from my people present as required by that ritual. I've been briefed on it.
So about that, during that Grail War, we have to fight a dead apostle. It's not like optional. We have to fight a dead apostle, and if at all possible, we have to kill him. So we could really use your help with that too.
Which one is it?
It is the Butcher.
He's a complicated one. I would not miss him leaving. Are you
still trying to figure out how to dispose of him? We don't have a lot of leads, but there's still time before the Grail War. But or rather, a certain member of our group maneuvered things in a way that he has to fight him. And I personally would love it if there were no more harvesters, just ever, after this.
Have you killed a dead apostle before?
Not really. We've taken out some of Inosh's children, but no, we have not actually killed a dead apostle yet. We're willing to try.
The trick with them is that the world sees them as a thing that is alive, and in order to kill them, you have to convince the world that they can die. When we kill older dead apostles, we do it by calling on holy scriptures or conceptual methods, ways that strike and destroy the concept of their immortality. For instance, if you were to take something immortal, but then you were to convince the world that it has an age and that it can die from being old, it would waste away into nothing almost immediately. But convincing the world to listen to you is not an easy task.
I was about to say, by the world, do you mean the general population on the world, or is it an actual, thing that you can talk to?
The world is a living entity whose attention is usually split in many directions.
Understandably.
One of the strengths of the church is that a sufficient number of the people on this planet believe in it, and that in turn gets the planet to believe in it.
Not out loud, but Anis is like, start a cult. Got it.
I mean,
Oh my God.
There's precedent for that.
Get Penelope to start a cult. Got it.
Look, she's already doing a tour this summer. Don't give her more to do.
I mean, that's what Kiara did. And it ended really, really badly. It's why we have an Emiya altar now.
So, if not kill, at least... We need to at least contain him in some way. Keep him from killing us. Any help would be appreciated.
I can spend some time preparing Freddy with the necessary rights for such a thing.
Sounds weird for me to say it. Okay, you can call him Frederick. I'll call him Freddy.
I will give him what I can in terms of preparation. I have been training him to fight monsters for some time now. Being blunt with you, this is bigger than him. It's bigger than most of you.
Yeah, it's bigger than all of us.
But I can prepare him with the rights necessary to make this possible. You will still have to actually kill him. And I can't guarantee it will work. No one on our side knows truly what all he consists of. We can only hope that whatever he consists of has brought some of the weaknesses along with the strengths.
Well, we know he doesn't regenerate.
It's an interesting thing to leave out when collecting abilities. Perhaps there's a reason why.
Okay, so do more research and hope for the best. That sounds about right.
You may also wish to avoid the other dead apostles present.
As much as we can. But out of curiosity, do you know if there's a way to kill Einosh? He's kind of on a list too. Not as immediately as the Butcher.
He could be killed.
But,
or it could be killed. It's died before.
And it's died before, but it's still alive.
The form of Einosh from before died, and the Einosh that is now is a different entity.
That is true. Okay.
If you wish to kill Einosh, you must go to the heart of Einosh, find the fruit, and remove it.
Okay. Okay.
Mind you, you will be at war with an entire forest.
Yeah, kind of figured on that one. So, while Freddy is still the way he is, he needs to remain with the church to be safe from the rest of the church.
Among other things.
But if we could fix him somehow, he wouldn't need the protection of the church.
If you could fix him.
If.
I was not aware that his condition was contingent on something that you could influence.
I'm working on it. And so you're going to help us at least a little bit with the dead apostles in that way. Okay. Don't suppose you'd be able to spare more than Freddy for, Operation Stab a Guy to Death?
As much as I enjoy murdering dead apostles, in the grand scheme of things, this one is not as pressing. There are much more active and present threats in the world.
More active than the guy in charge of the harvesters.
The harvesters are an annoyance. They're not walking castles of death.
Yeah, nothing that you said there was false, but I don't need to. I've already had my fill of enough dead apostles for a lifetime. Okay.
My understanding is that there are at least 3 present in the location where you will be going.
Yeah, at least. Probably more with our luck. Okay, well, this is honestly better than I thought this meeting was going to go. Thank you for your assistance, and I suppose I owe you a jawbone. And Ennis will hand over the jawbone.
Okay. She picks it up, She unwraps it briefly and takes a look at it. She nods. She wraps it back up. And then she turns to you and she says, "Do you really think you're going to kill a dead apostle?"
I have to think that, or we don't have a chance at all. So yes, we are going to kill at least 2 dead apostles. We're going to.
I'll tell you what. I will teach Frederick how to use this. And she hefts the jawbone like she's gonna club something with it. This may or may not kill him, but there's enough divinity in it that at least parts of him are going to feel it.
That's about all we can hope for.
So are you planning on summoning the dead to do your bidding?
No?
Is that not what your contest is?
Well, I mean, when you put it like that, it does sound bad, but it's more like we're borrowing heroes from history to try and save the world. At least that's what we're doing. I have no fucking clue what the rest of the masters are going to do, or are trying to do.
Just try to remember one of the most important rules for them is that the dead cannot lead the living.
That is pretty sound advice.
If they try to influence the world outside of your contest, we will be forced to respond.
That is definitely good to know.
We actually appreciate that you're taking this somewhere else for a change. We're running out of Fuyuki.
I don't know that any more Grail wars can happen outside of, or in the real world, before we fix the mana issue. So,
Hopefully,
it has to go in there.
Hopefully this will resolve issues.
I'll do my best.
We will, of course, be sending at least one representative to keep an eye on things, as is customary.
If you wanted to send a few more, just to help with the dead apostle problem, I wouldn't say no, but I understand if you're short.
She will be well protected. You've met her.
Oh, really? Am I allowed to know who it is?
You met her on that boat.
That was so long ago.
Oh.
Charity?
She's referring to Laeticia.
Laeticia.
Yeah, I was gonna say there were several people with
Yes.
on that boat.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Like, Charity would be her entourage escort guard type person.
Okay. Oh, good to know.
I would appreciate it if you could keep her safe.
I will do my best.
She should be fine. She's quite capable of taking care of herself, but again, at least 3 dead apostles.
I would love to go into this Grail War, or rather, I would love to leave this Grail War with as few casualties as possible, but I'm not that naive. But I will do my best to keep people safe that are not directly involved.
It is all we can ask, short of the cessation of the ritual entirely, which obviously is not an option this time. So when will you be departing? I will make sure he is as ready as he can be by that time.
That's a good question. Do we have an exact date?
It's kicking off in October.
Okay. It will be in October.
Yep, it is going to be in October, so I'll have him ready by the 1st.
And he should know where to find me.
Just as a courtesy to him,
Yes?
he suffers from proximity, as I'm sure you are aware. He is getting better at it, but you are about to take him into a place that may overwhelm him, so be patient with him.
We could potentially. There's a kind of in between here and there that we may be able to access. So I don't know if maybe just going into that area a little bit at a time and then kind of dipping his toes into the actual place itself for small amounts of time, if that might help kind of acclimate, so that we're not just throwing him into the deep end immediately.
That may help. We can coordinate. I trust you know how to reach him, and he knows how to reach me.
So a couple of words dropped there.
Oh.
I trust you know how to reach him, and he knows how to reach me. I
Yes.
think you said?
Yeah.
He knows how to reach me.
Then we will try at least once prior to this. I would rather not throw him in the deep end if unnecessary.
She'll just hold up her cell phone. I have one of these cellular phones.
She pulls out one as well.
Of course she does. We could exchange phone numbers.
Oh my god.
If you wish. And she pulls it out, and she is very good at T9.
Yeah, of course. It takes Annis like 7,000.
Push the number. All right, push 2 again. Push 2 again.
Just
Okay,
takes
it's a
it
C
from-
now. All right, now push 4. 4. Okay. Back up. You went too many. She helps you enter her name. And she punches in a number. And then she hands you your phone back.
Oh, I didn't know that your last name was Senpai?
Shit.
You would be amazed how often it is.
Like I said, this meeting went far better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, I didn't even have to use the other art, but I did cue it up.
Right. Thank you for meeting with me and helping keep Freddy and his family safe.
We do what we can, though. Once this is all over, it would be appreciated if, assuming everyone survives, he does come back and understand that we would appreciate his continued assistance. There will be more monsters in the world.
That will be up to Freddy himself, I think.
Of course.
I'm not going to make any demands of him. I just want to help him.
It is his
As a
decision.
friend, as an old friend.
Mhm.
Of course.
Okay, well, I will let you get back to your praying or monster slaying, whatever it is that you do. Thank you for your time. I'll be on my way now.
She nods. She puts the jawbone back down on the pew next to her, and she sits down so that you can leave without feeling like she's watching you.
Yeah, the dichotomy of CL, praying, stabbing, you know?
For what it's worth, CL does not pray.
Yeah.
Well, everything that I say is based on original Tsukihime. I have not played or read the remake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming that has not changed.
I feel like CL is the kind of person who would say pick a god and pray,
Right.
rather than praying herself.
I mean, CL's been through so much that she does not believe in God. She just sees God as a tool.
She's a holy woman that does not believe God exists. I'm a healer, but coxgun.
I mean, for reference, I'm going to share the other art of her.
Oh, fun! I'm so glad I didn't have to.
Ah, yes,
invoke
Daddy
the wrath.
McSawface.
So
Where did she hide those? It's
So
better not to
the way that those things work is the hilts of them she keeps in her sleeves, and the top of the hilt has actual like pages of the Bible scripture, and the sword manifests out of that.
Yeah, sure.
Amazing.
That's how black keys work.
Oh, type moon.
That's how black keys work. Freddy knows how to use those. He's proficient.
I want me some of
Hooray!
those. Want me some of those bad.
That's how paladins fight in this setting. Well, the ones who aren't associated with like phantasmals anyway.
Hey yo, hey yo.
So that was church fun times.
Yeah. You did not get murdered.
Yay!
She is among the most dangerous NPCs you've met.
I know. Why do we keep doing this?
Let's do it again.
Like, canonically, CL has killed dead apostles.
Yep. She knows a thing or two about stabbing a guy to death.
Yeah. She hurt Arkwade, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
That is hard. She hurt Earth. Okay, so yeah, you did that. You've handed off your thing. You hopefully got a little bit of information, and now Freddy gets to go to Killing Dead Apostle Summer Camp. So
Yay.
he will,
With an optional dipping his toes into Dream's End a couple times.
Yeah.
To acclimate.
and to credit, since we're abstracting stuff out over time, over the course of the time between now and the Grail War, you will get a few field trips where you can head down and you can introduce him to the space. And what you notice when Freddy goes there is that the area around you when you're in that middle area, like that wispy cotton candy-ish water stuff, gets misty when he's nearby.
Wow.
It sort of gets like a miasma floating around him. And when he focuses and steadies his breathing, it stops. But if he lets his guard down, if he laughs, if he talks, if he comments about the weird faces or something, it starts to happen again. So, but it's a visual representation of the amount that he has to concentrate to not be just draining mana out of the world around him. That said, in normal D&D, Dampier are really good.
So, is he just a black hole, or is he storing all of the mana in his body? Can he get full?
When you ask him about it, what he says is that pulling the mana into his body like that, he's never been full, but he can feel a bit overwhelmed. And some of the things that he learned from CL were essentially exercises to burn it off before he has too much. He's never let himself get too full, but when he first became this, it was very distracting. It's like feeling bloated. But also, he's not gonna die from, an overdose of it, but, it's too much. It feels like you've eaten way too much food, and, you feel sick. He gets nauseous. if he has too much. So, like, he's literally walking around in low-key, like, casting very minor spells that no one notices to burn through it. He does not want to be at full spell slots. And his training essentially making him a pseudo-paladin means that he kind of just, like, smites the ground under him while he walks.
Fun.
Yeah. Like, going out on the boat actually made things a little bit easier for him because the area out there is further away from ley lines, so there's less to take. Whereas, like, if he'd gone back to Sherwood, not only would he be pulling in mana all the time and trying to, like, redirect it away, but he'd be killing the plants. Like, he can't just put it back where he got it.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's like refining something into powder and then trying to put it back together. It just doesn't work that way. So. But hey, this is a place that has so much that maybe he can not take an appreciable amount. So, who knows? He's learning. But yeah, so net result, when you go to Dream's End with him, he will be proficient in using the jawbone as a weapon. It is a sacrament, to use the type moon term for it. It is a holy weapon that does a special kind of damage that can hurt dead apostles, and it can hurt servants.
Oh.
Because it is more real than they are.
Hmm.
This will apply to a lot of things.
Good to know.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
And also that means we've taken at least a couple of field trips into Dream's End. So
Uh-huh.
if we want to do some interior decorations or...
yeah.
I mean, yes.
Like, if you were all planning on, like, upgrading the place, getting the water cleaned up, moving in, like, you can absolutely take him on one of your trips for that. Like, as a fair warning, every time you go down, you are cutting into your diamond dust a little bit.
Oh, that's true.
We're abstracting it out now. I'm not going to make you update your inventory for all this. Like, you can keep what you have to use for spells and stuff like that, but it's mostly just making it clear that you're not just going up and down every day. Between the distance and the dust, you can do it, but...
So, I know Aiden was having trouble getting diamond dust, but
I
as,
didn't. Yeah.
as a person that makes money, does Annis have trouble getting, like, good actual diamonds that she can, like, get ground into dust?
So, you have to get specifically diamonds that are harvested from an area where they've been sitting on a ley line for a long time. It's like it's not lab diamonds, it's not like moissanite or anything diamond-like. Like, it actually has to be specific diamonds from specific places, which are all owned by mages. Fortunately for you, you're in good with the Edelfelts, who own a lot of these places. And they don't know yet that you're a rival master.
Don't suppose there were any of those kind of diamonds on the island while we were rifling through and...
You did not find any there.
Okay. Cheaps. That's right.
Yeah, they're broke. They used up most of their money.
So we can make a couple of...
Oh, actually, I'm going to ask you a question, and you are welcome to tell me at whatever level of ethics you're all comfortable with. Did you take the crystallized mana from that place, or did you leave it there?
There was crystallized mana there?
That's what they were turning people into.
Oh, no! I remember what it is. I remembered what it is. No.
Annis would have taken it so that she could dispose of it elsewhere so that no one else could use it. Because she knows what it is and she doesn't want to leave it there, but she's not going to use it for herself.
Okay.
She would take it and throw it in the ocean or something.
Okay.
Or, well, maybe not that. She would do some research to find out what the best way to dispose of it is going to be. But she has no intention of using it. It's not like the Einosh roots, where it's like, okay, this is mana from the ley line, but we can't put it back, so it's fine. This is like, no, this was people, dog.
It was people. Yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm also not letting them get a hold of it anymore either.
Facts.
Like, the only reason the island didn't burst into flames is because Penelope probably stopped her. she's literally holding a match, and Penelope's like, Annis, don't do that.
So bold of us to assume you're not using the sword.
It's the big matchstick.
But yeah, so short answer is no, we're not, cool ethically with using the people crystals, but long answer is Annis also doesn't want anyone else
Sure.
using it for nefarious means.
Got it.
She also probably smashed all of at the very least, let her smash.
Annis had no problem smashing before without Penelope.
She smashes all of the, tubey things.
She makes a point of not picking up her phone.
Tee. Yeah, so that's the answer to that.
Fair enough.
Cool with that. Okay.
All right. So we've wrapped that up. In terms of getting diamond dust, assuming you haven't told them that you're going to be a master yet, you can accept diamond dust as a form of payment for some of the potions that you sell them.
Oh yeah.
They can provide that.
Absolutely. For the next few months of Annis having the plausible deniability of I'm not a master, I don't have command seals. See?
Yeah. Speaking of, when would you like to get your command seals?
About September.
September. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I will move those down on the to-do list so that we're still in vaguely chronological order then. Okay. So I am now going to give you some updates as to stuff that happens while you're going through time. So first up, again, abstracting this, it took a while. It took over a month of deliberation. It was supposed to not take this long, but things got more complicated each step of the way. But the druids did finally take a vote on what they're going to do. And it was not as cut and dry as I think any of them were really expecting. The do nothing vote pretty much drained entirely because Scribe kind of stopped campaigning for it, and he was largely the one who was pushing it. So he's been busy raising little dryad babies. So he's actually throwing himself into doing something for a change.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, so that kind of fell to the wayside. The main breakdown now is coming between the factions that want to leave because things have become increasingly more dangerous now that they've had it's known that the Butcher knows how to get to Dream's End and knew Shalara, and that Shalara obviously knew where everything was. And so, the Harvester, knowing where Sherwood is, even under the limitations that he has made a bunch of people who wanted to ride this out no longer comfortable. That's kind of the other thing that killed it for the Scribe group. But it's the back and forth between that faction and the faction that is looking to get help in whatever way possible, which is where your boy Felix comes in.
Yeah, Felix.
And they're split. And they could not come to an agreement on what to do. And so
roll up in there.
And so the groups are the phantasmals that are capable of leaving are now separating away from the rest of the group, and they are arguing about whether or not they're going to the reverse side of the world or if they're going down to Dream's End. Because they're now aware that Dream's End exists, and they were not aware of that until someone was brought back from it. And it's kind of dicey because the reverse side of the world obviously exists, and they know how to get there. You got a bubble. And they know that that's somewhere that the human harvesters can't follow. but they also know that it is a very different, very unpredictable world, and that's kind of scary for, so many reasons. However, Dream's End is a place that has more mana that can support the elves and the humans, namely the half-elves, and it can support the phantasmal species that cannot survive on the other side.
I would like to peer and butt in, please. No, I'm about to make them know. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm about to fucking lay down on them. There ain't no way
I'm telling you what's happening, and then you can decide what the group of you want to do with that.
There.
So, the majority of the phantasmals who can survive on the reverse side of the world are looking to go there near the end of the window that you've bought, with the harvesters not bothering them. They want to wait things out, and they want to see what happens in the Grail War. And if things go badly, then the mana's not going to be fixed, as far as they can tell, and they're going to leave. And also, that will be when it becomes open season on them again, and they know that. So they're going to wait and see. And, if the Grail War is won by the representative of Sherwood, and a wish goes through that makes things seem better, then they're open to sticking it out. There are some of them who don't want to sit and wait, and they want to go to Dream's End and help you. And they are aware that there is a big spider base down there that may be repurposed, and they're willing to go down and help keep that as a stable place to operate as a base of operations, meaning they can move down there with you, and they can provide you not going out and fighting the Grail War support, but you don't have to worry about coming home and finding your place burnt to the ground support.
Okay. They actually want to help, not just be in the way of the fighting and get their shit wrecked.
All three of you in different ways have said that sitting around and doing nothing won't work.
Oh, yeah.
And this is them finding a way to help. Some of these people were helped by you from the trees, or from the giant shark monsters, or with Shalara.
The way you initially said that, it sounded like they just wanted to fucking go live off while they're having a... that's not gonna work.
Have a vacation while there's a war going on.
Yeah.
So, they're considering it a possible fallback location that's better than the reverse side of the world. Because as far as it was described to them, it's at least a place that runs on physics-adjacent logic.
Yeah,
that's fair.
As opposed to a place where, time itself is an option. But...
Aiden would rather have Yer within that base where he can go to her and know she's safe than for her to just go to Dream's End where not Dream's, the
reverse side of the world,
side where she would drown, immediately just drown.
And that's the thing. For a lot of these people, they think that they can be helpful, or at the very least, they can provide support so that you have somewhere to come back to that is safe, and that is their opportunity to participate without actually fighting, because most of them are not. They know they can't fight that, but they don't want to sit and wait for the harvesters to come back and essentially raise everything to the ground. So that's where a lot of them are.
That would actually put a tear in Aiden's eye, because at that point it's they believe in the party, they believe in the team, and they want to be there to support that. So
obviously they will not be going there with children or anything like that, but you would have people that can help. So that's where that group wants to do. The other group that is looking for stuff that they can do here is going to be mobilizing the communication network that Felix has been putting together with the whole Igmillennia cross branch everything. They're trying to get information they're trying to find parts of the world that Sherwood could be moved to if necessary, which sucks, and they don't like it, but there's a certain fear that, like, this place is in danger, and when you're sufficiently long-lived as elves, you can kind of ride things out for 100 years and come back. The world is moving a lot faster than they're used to, and they don't like that, but perhaps going and visiting your good friend Scraggly in his crazy volcano mountain for a little while, or going to parts of, like, the mainland of Europe that have been left alone. Maybe go visiting, you know, your good friends the Goliaths or something. Like, there are other places with druids where they could spread out for a while and see where things go until whatever happens in Sherwood passes, and then they can come back and rebuild. So, for the most part, they are not looking to go to war.
That's fair. Iden's gonna do it for them.
We could put them in contact with the Einsburns. That's an area that's not super well known.
It's got some of the strongest bounded fields, if you don't mind ghost and werewolves.
They're just misunderstood
Yeah,
werewolves.
like,
Okay?
werewolves are cool, yeah.
I mean, you know, some of them have already been there before. They were teleported there unintentionally.
That's fair.
Unlimited access to some chili. I don't know how
Yeehaw.
to describe the chili.
So that is kind of where a lot of that is falling. Like, for the most part, one way or another, Sherwood's changing. Not everyone's on the same page, but they're all looking to do what they can. I think they're all tired of waiting. And between seeing what your group has done and Penelope's big speech, they are motivated to stop sitting on their hands. So hooray! All that actually went somewhere. I didn't just forget. It's just the story slowed down so much that we never got to the conclusion. So there's that. Let's see. Other news updates. Penelope went on tour.
Yeah.
And Penelope, your new financial advisor, has pitched you this amazing concept that's completely absurd, yet somehow works, which is posting your songs to the internet for free, and people can pay what they want to.
Oh, she's 135 billion% on board for that.
Penelope is now insanely rich.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
You jumped ahead of the trend. Penelope has a lot of money now. And she can use that money to improve her situation as she sees fit. And also, between the money that she's acquired and the statue that she got to her family, with the ability to send, mail pretty freely wherever they are, you are welcome to improve the halfling community financially as you see fit. You're kind of one of the biggest things in Europe now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're also sufficiently wealthy that you have the attention of Van-Fem and the respect of Van-Fem.
Yeah.
The church is no longer messing with you.
Yeah, they better not. Bitches.
Your fan club is now bigger.
Yay!
You've also your message of pushing back on authority where appropriate is, according to Vivi, really making things messy at Clock Tower.
Oh no. That's
Excellent.
really hilarious.
And apparently, some of your music has made its way into Atlas, which, considering they don't ever leave, is impressive. But yes, you're Jolene making good with your money. She's spreading out investments. She is also funneling it into assisting phantasmals in other areas. It's up to you if you want to tell other people that you're doing this or not, but Penelope now owns a lot of land. And that land is currently being protected from people moving in on phantasmal species throughout Europe.
Cool.
So,
Damn.
you, in fact, are the boss of a lot. And this is all being run by your incredibly savvy financial advisor.
Obviously, she's getting a raise.
Yes, she's well taken care of. And of course, your tour continues on, and you were very successful.
Woo.
So that's great. You could pretty much pick a location, and they will make room for you.
How are the new songs going over?
You've actually inspired a lot of interest in people learning I'd say they're learning the origins of these things, but really it's kind of like how when Disney introduces a story, it kind of overrides in public consensus the original one. Your retellings are kind of changing the way that people talk about these things. Like, it's going to take a while for it to actually like replace the old stuff. Right now it's mostly seen as, oh cool, I know what that is, or getting the well actually fans to step in and explain all that nonsense to people. But you're starting to shape the way that people think about these essentially folk heroes, folk songs, whatever. The Devil Went Down to Georgia is perpetually popular, but you can't help but notice that your version of Johnny is a bit less young Southern boy and a bit closer to actual Johnny. And you get the impression that this is manifesting well in her own growth and gaining control of her own abilities. So you're reshaping music and the way music is done. And like, when people can just get your music legally for free, you're kind of bringing down part of the piracy world too. So that said, they're still bootlegging the hell out of your shirts.
I mean, we know where that source is coming from, so...
Buck must be super busy.
Yeah, like, there's so much unofficial Penelope merch going around. It's pretty crazy.
At this point, she's just like, I don't care, whatever.
Free advertisement.
She said she didn't care whatever until the first body pillow showed up. Then she put in a cease and desist.
Oh yeah, no, she's like, I don't care until it gets nasty.
The cease and desist just says, don't be nasty in big letters.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, and also, like, you're getting more, because of the nature of the halfling community traveling and the fact that you're on tour, they're kind of following you in that weird, like, caravan bus kind of way. So, in its own way, you actually get to spend more time with your family this summer in between shows than you have since you really took off.
So they've actually been able to go to the shows.
They've actually been able to go to the shows.
Oh.
They're very proud of you.
Oh. Of course, when you come near London, Annis is there, front row.
Something like, bitch, you got the backstage tour. Just drags Annis on stage.
Oh dear.
When your mom found out about the weird way some of the fans talk about Penelope, they were given a firm explanation of the dangers of being nasty, in the form of spells. So they don't quite understand why, but they're not being nasty anymore. You gotta watch out for those tricky clerics.
So for one of the shows, can we say in the very back trying real hard not to be noticed. Maybe wearing hoodies down over their eyes. Leopold and Elias showed up. Just one.
I mean, they're about. They've been staying pretty off the radar. In fact, over the course of the summer, like, not only are the harvesters not getting into stuff, they're not being seen anywhere. They have all gone off the grid. They're like, you get an update from Richard that the harvesters have abandoned their suspected bases. There's actually a bit of a crunch going on in the mage world because there are less material components available. Yeah. Yeah, but not just the gross ones, like, period. It turns out they actually had a lot of the supply chain handled separate from the phantasmal parts. Like, almost like that's where a lot of their operating money came from. And material components are getting harder to find. People have had to learn to actually go out and get their own bat guano. Like savages. But yeah, so spell component pouches cost more now. Not that that matters for any of you. But the mage financial world is suffering a little bit from the black market essentially going away.
They're rich, they'll be okay.
Are there more and more orders coming in at the potion shop?
Oh yeah, yeah. The potion shop is as busy as you let it be. The people coming into the shop also inform you that botany seems to, even with their own like versions of stuff, they're not able to necessarily keep up with the demands because like there's a lot going on right now. And so the botany department seems to be, what they're putting out is getting less potent. They're falling victim to mass production. So your stuff stands out even more now. You can ask for more money, and you'll get it.
Yeah.
Give me diamond dust.
Like, diamond dust is getting to be more of a premium now, too. Like, really, a lot of that supply chain is not happening.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
So you're suffering a bit of that, but overall, like, that's definitely moving through. As things continue, I'm just going over some of the notes that I have for you because we're covering a lot of the summer now.
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry if I derailed the Penelope thing with the harvesters. By
Oh.
the way, if there was more than Penelope. Okay.
Like, there's some other Penelope stuff going on. I'm just trying to give you the stuff that all of you know about. Like, I'm still going to be doing one-on-one stuff with each of you. I'm just saying the stuff that everyone would know about. Like, it's hard to not notice that Penelope is the most famous musician in Europe, regardless of what you're doing.
Take that, Swift.
Yeah.
Wait, she wasn't even a thing.
Also not in Europe. Take that, the Beatles.
Yeah, I think, like, the one thing that, while it's gone over, the whole of people are going to Dreams End to help support, Aiden would ask Scribe if he plans to go there or not, and if it's possible, just for the children, until it gets a little more stable, if we can relocate them to Dreams End there, or if because he doesn't want to leave the children unprotected, especially if Scribe goes over to Dreams End.
Scribe is not going to Dreams End because Scribe does not want to be like, for all that he's been through, he's afraid of it. Like, he looked at it once and it kind of ruined him.
That's fair. Then Aiden just wants to make sure the kids stay safe with him, specifically him, until like Aiden can come back.
He's going to be keeping an eye on it. He's also like, he would not recommend bringing them there given like the relative proximity of Einosh itself.
Einosh, yeah, and that was my other concern. I just wanted, like, it was like, would this be good for them? Would this be bad? Can you, especially like wherever he is, I want to.
Yeah, he's going to be keeping them in sure would, but if things go badly, he's going to extract them and get them wherever
Okay.
they need to go safely.
Thankfully, there is a wagon still there.
He's a level 18 druid. He's got ways.
And that's also fair. You know what? That's fair. He don't need the wagon. Yeah, and like while Felix is there, like Aiden's definitely gonna talk to him for a bit, but that's
we can sort that.
Yeah.
Like Felix, for the most part, is trying to take advantage of the lull in the harvesters and the economic situation among the mage world to make connections where he can. As it turns out, his existing, essentially spread out across different groups, has given him some flexibility when it comes to actually routing resources, and that has given him inroads that he didn't have before with the association, with the church, with independent mages, some phantasmal species. Like he's pretty busy now. Like things are being disrupted in a few different ways, and he's trying to like recruit people for the organization, but also trying to direct where things go, because like once the gouging and stuff started kicking in, like it's one thing to be price gouging on components for the spell Levitate. It's another thing to be price gouging on stuff like Restoration. So trying to police that where they can. So yeah, like he's pretty active in that, and also yes, finding locations. Like it kind of helps that Penelope's been able to like get more places declared sanctuary locations, and he's sort of coordinating on the government end for like, get the stuff blocked off. Like no one can build there. This is protected land, and phantasmals can live there instead. So it's a lot. It's actually happening pretty quickly, the grand scheme of things, but the mage world is kind of on its side, and as is always the case with the association, they're all busy focusing on their own interest, and they're giving up their political clout in the way. So, fun times. Over the course of the next few months, I already sort of told you about this, but no mention of Nina. No amount of scrying has turned up her location. Divination does not seem to be able to find her as a concept. She's not dead because, well, you're assuming she's not dead, but like really and truly everything associated with the harvesters and the butcher is just completely off the books, off the record, off the everything. Lupin's been looking though. Because I'm going off of what you said before, that you're trying to have him look into it, and he's not found anything, but he and Catherine are looking around, and whatever they can find will be reported back when they find it. But once they've got a lead, if that's what you want to do, they will try to get her.
Yeah. It's their final, most grand heist. Uno reverse kidnapping.
I mean, Lupin comments for the fact that there's a fun movie that is loosely based on him where a gentleman thief kidnaps the princess from a terrible fate, and he's down for that. He is down to Cagliostro.
This is much more of a challenge than just getting, my staff. If we could get it, you could have gotten it without even breaking a sweat. So consider this your actual.
He's looking forward to it. He wants to try to do the Indiana Jones thing where he swaps like her for something that is exactly her weight, just to make sure he can do it.
That is amazing.
It may not be necessary, but he wants to be prepared.
Ew, we just watched that one. That's the one with the boulder and the guy with the whip.
Yes, that is that one. Good job. Proud of you.
Wait till you get to the third one and you find out the church had to verify that that wasn't the Holy Grail.
Excellent.
Let's see, moving down the news list. At the end of July, Penelope hears about it first, but you'll all hear about it, so I'm just going to tell you now. The Association has picked who they're sending to the Grail War.
Oh.
And they did not pick Lucretia. She's not happy about that.
Oh.
Holy
Who
shit.
they pick?
They won't tell her.
How's she supposed to put a thing on them if they won't?
I mean, she's not happy.
Holy shit.
So, yeah, she, per the rules of the Grail, she had to let the Association pick, because she doesn't want to risk the Grail not responding. Like, she has to convince it that this is a continuation of a previous Grail War. And so she handed over the shards to be distributed, and they won't tell her who they're picking because they feel like after losing 2 lords in the 4th Grail War and like 2 members in the 5th Grail War, that a matter of secrecy will be necessary. So they're not telling anyone in Clock Tower who they're sending this time. They will not be distributing Polaroids like they did in Case Files. They're keeping that on the down low. And she's pretty livid about that. So, that said, she is using her information network, and separate to that, Vivi is using her information network. And they're trying to figure out who is going based on who's withdrawing from what. And for the most part, since everyone is currently circling the wagons on getting their resources together, it's actually very hard to tell what's going on. But regardless, Lucretia still has... she's still got the shards that she's going to be giving to Annis. And she still has the wildcard shards that have to be given out based on where the Grail wants to send them. And she's gonna figure out a way to make this work, because she still needs this to happen. But yeah, she got snubbed. She is not happy.
Diggity.
And so, that said, as things continue moving forward in my notes, we have... So, like I said, the Association picking what they were picking was in late July. In early August, and by this point, I'm assuming that those of you who are willing to go back and forth to Dream's End a few times have done so, and you've started getting your place fixed up. You've had some assistance from people in Sherwood willing to come down and actually put in, like, the work to get your place fixed up. It's not just you doing it. Like, they're willing to go down the infinite stairs and figure all that out and be very quiet in the library and all that stuff. They've gone down there, and they've helped you get your place together. And when you came back from one of these excursions, you received news that apparently rumor has it among the clock tower, and thus all the mages everywhere, that there's a place called Dream's End that is not suffering a shortage of anything. And it seems someone, somewhere in the process, leaked the existence of Dream's End to mages, as well as the locations of several presumed entries to Dream's End across Europe. They did not leak the Sherwood one, but they seem to have leaked some other ones which may or may not be real. So you may have other mages wandering into Dream's End over the next few months before the Grail War starts.
Do we know if they leaked the one in the basement of the greenhouse?
That is not among them.
Okay,
No.
cool.
I think the one Scandinavia is
Yeah.
likely the one that's leaked.
The one
Yeah.
from Scandinavia was leaked, as well as ones in France, Italy, Germany, and several other countries. It turns out there's a lot of these. It's like they're starting to pop up more frequently as the world
Like,
gets
dreams.
less stable.
Makes sense.
It's like it's not that like Ida doesn't want them there. It's just he doesn't want them there in the middle of a war. What's gonna happen? Because that's potential casualties. Because he may not be he's not trying to kill people, but that's not gonna matter to everyone else.
It also might complicate matters for you for finding where the other masters are if it's not just the first mage you run into.
That is also true.
That means there's 100% chance we're seeing our friend from the lore department there.
Oh, trust me.
Oh, lore and archaeology are all about field trips into this. Like, Vivi shares that immediately. Like, yeah, they absolutely want to mount an expedition.
Yeah, that was
Well,
So
I
we're
had a
installing
feeling.
some locks on the base.
at least now we know what the lore department is studying.
Studying lots of things.
Let's see. Around late August, I'm going to encourage everyone to start wearing gloves at all times. Most people know Annis is going to be the master, but just so there's some degree of like, oh, which one of it is actually the master, so we can hide the command seal. Alternatively, we can all put with a Sharpie just really badly drawn designs.
So Penelope's actually going to make a very big point of not wearing gloves.
Okay.
And making the backs of her hands very visible.
Okay.
Yeah, Aiden is too. Granted, he also has tattoos all over himself, so that probably will confuse people anyways.
I mean, up until she gets her command seals, I think Annis would also be like, no command seals here, not a master. But, I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious when she has command seals or is wearing gloves.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so that actually brings up a question when Annis does get that, because this is something Aiden would think about. You know how, like, I can detect good and evil, and I can pick up parts and beings if they're wholly desecrated, do those ping as anything? Like, can I, or, like, detect magic? Is there a specific reading that these
You would have to be
command
around
seals.
someone who has them to try it.
Annis.
When she gets them.
Yeah, when she does. It's
When
like
she
that
gets
way
them, you
he
can find
help
out.
her. Yeah, that's something where he'd be like, once we hear all of them are going to be down there and that's going to be a struggle, if he can pinpoint a way to immediately discover them, he's going to let them know, so we don't have to worry about, who, what if, whatever, all the possibilities.
That is all fair to learn.
Fuck yeah.
But for now, we're still in August.
Yeah, for right now, you're still in
Yeah.
August. Good times. Let's see. Going down the list of news and updates. I believe you all had various opportunities to go and meet up with Waver, so I'm going to let you know he is not chosen to be a master.
Boo! I'm kidding.
Waver will not be present in this Grail War. He will be...
By kidnapping him, we're not gonna.
I mean,
I will. What?
El-Melloi will be staying back in the clock tower area, much as it is tempting to go into this strange other place. He confides that he thinks it would be a very dangerous place to take Gray, so he will not be doing so.
Yeah.
So he will be hanging back, as will most of his group, and he has actually made a point of getting Flat microchipped to make sure that he does not get an opportunity to slip away.
Oh boy.
Stay flat.
He does not want a strange fake situation occurring.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
He's not actually getting him microchipped because it wouldn't do anything, because reality does not apply to Flat, but he's keeping an eye on him. But no, we will not be having established Fate characters as masters.
That's fair.
Touche indeed.
The closest you get is a homunculus. And
Yeah.
an unnamed Edelfelt sister.
Oh my god. I definitely want to talk to Gil 2.0 while there.
I mean, he knows exactly what he has always known. He is not very good at learning new things.
Yup.
I
I just gotta pass along that message. Don't make deals with trees.
I mean, that's good advice.
It's a filthy liar.
Can't trust trees. No, like, he's still there. He's still under effective observation and house arrest.
Okay, so he can't just walk out and go into Dream's End either, too. Good.
No, they're not letting him wander. Honestly, he spent most of the summer essentially writing down his notes of his observations and studies and then doing the same studies over and over again. He's not really creating anything new, but they're kind of documenting what they can about him before he eventually melts.
I'm going to buy 250 postcards. I'm kind of joking, but not joking. And write on every single one of them, don't make deals with trees, and send them all one at a time to our friend in the lore department whose name I can't remember.
Pierce?
Pierce, yes. Don't make deals with trees.
Oh, trust me, that conversation's gonna
Don't make
happen.
deals with trees. The next
I
day,
mean...
don't do it, you fucker.
Based on Vivi's reporting from the clock tower, it sounds like the lore department is for the most part closed.
I'm going to be like, Penelope, can I borrow the statues? Send them directly to
You've got to.
Oh my god.
Penelope's mom. Can I borrow? Okay, I'm kidding. I'm done with it. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you told her it was for trolling, she'd probably let you do it.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
that's fair.
But yeah, in terms of like updates from Clock Tower itself, the lore department and the archaeology department are both pretty much shut down as they are sending people into Dream's End. Vivi is kind of tagging along on some of these things, but she's not drawing too much attention to herself. She's more just using this as a scouting opportunity to see what the rest of the association knows, and she'll be kind of giving an update to Penelope later about what she thinks they know, just so that you have an idea of what you're dealing with. She's still not a fan of any of the stuff going on with a Grail War, but she acknowledges that knowing what the association knows could at least help Penelope avoid getting drawn into some of it. So that's what she's up to. Also, wait, let me pull up her character. She's due for this. Get in here, Vivi. Vivi, open your character sheet. Yeah. Vivi leveled up.
Yay!
She has even more shenanigans than she did before.
Oh no.
So, you know. Vivi has obtained 6th level spells.
Oh no.
You know what's a fun 6th level smell?
Smell?
Spell?
I was like, Vivi? What?
No, that would be funny too.
What's a fun 6th level spell?
Let me share it with everybody.
Like mass suggestion or
It is mass suggestion.
Oh! I was like, I know Vivi's shenanigans. Damn, fucking I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I fucking got it.
Oh my god, it's the mass version of Penelope's.
Notice the duration.
Up to
24
12.
hours.
Wait.
24 hours.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I hate that I knew immediately. I love it.
And it can be set to triggers. The level of trolling that is confusing Clock Tower at this time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
love Phoebe so much.
Same.
Yup. Perhaps she's part of the reason Clock Tower's a mess. Who's to say?
I mean...
What's a range of 60 feet in, let's say, a classroom?
It's such a condensed space. Oh my god.
Oh no. And Annis just keeps hearing from all of the poor hapless people that come into her shop to buy potions. Keeps hearing about all this chaos. It's like, oh, I think I know who that is.
Yep.
Calls up Penelope.
I had nothing to do with this.
Can Vivi influence a lot of people?
Have you met her?
I mean, like, magically.
Have you met her?
Clock Tower
Have you met her?
Hangs up.
Yeah, so that might be what's preventing even more of them from going.
Clock Tower is in shambles.
The association is going through a lot right now.
Waver's headache intensifies by the day.
He's just resolved himself to sit back and hope that the world doesn't end.
He finds a lot of fine chocolates and wine and cigars.
Yeah.
In his office.
No, he is getting pulled into a bunch of like side case things because as Mage Society is starting to have trouble getting resources, more and more mage crimes are occurring. So he's getting heavily pulled into his own whydonits. Gets an entire extra volume of case files just for him.
God. Just the phrase mage crimes.
I know. For some reason, it's very fun.
Yeah.
You do the mage crime, you do the mage time.
Which is apparently 24 hours, according to Vivi. But,
I mean, hey, that's an everyday occurrence.
yep. So, that's how that's advancing. Alright, next thing on the news list.
That was a good news bulletin.
Yeah.
We're not done.
Nope. There's a little bit more.
Okay.
We'll address your various goodbyes and communications with other characters in due time. The paladins are obviously getting sent all over the place. Your limited interactions with Nimue, Penelope, show that like if she was like looking in 10 directions before, now she's looking in 20.
Wait.
Things are going over all over the place all the time. Vivian seems to be a little bit more optimistic that things are going to go well. So, you know, that's nice. For the most part, Vivian thinks that your training is going along well and that you're planting seeds for the future legends of all of these other people in your concerts. So, that's good. Obviously, there's a Grail War coming up. There are bubbles, of course, still popping up all over the place, and that's part of what's keeping the paladins busy. Anyone listening to the recording, that's Windows reminding me that I have not restarted my computer in forever. And it's going to keep getting snoozed because I'm not doing it. Silly computer. You're never getting Windows 11. Yeah, so she's updating that. Look, Penelope's training's coming along. Diana's busy. You know that.
Yeah.
I would think so.
I mean, with how crazy Clock Tower is getting.
Yep. Diana's pretty busy. Diana will be giving her own updates on how things are going. At some point in mid August to late August, apparently Buck dropped by the shop, ate all the food, took a change of clothes and disappeared again.
Holy shit. What the fuck, Buck? What the fuck, Buck?
God damn it. Just restocked. Now I have to go buy more groceries.
He's gone rogue. Even more rogue.
I was about to say.
So very rogue.
better not show his face around here. I'm gonna kick his ass the next time I see him.
Okay, don't say that, because he might show his face in Dream's End, and I'm kind of terrified.
Listen, you shut your whore mouth.
Then don't jinx it.
For funsies, anyone staying in the shop at the time, give me a perception check. We'll see if you even realize this happened before the food's gone.
That would have been, yeah, that would have been absolutely.
The question is, like, would I be there during that time? Because I don't know. Wait, I've been going back and forth.
I think Derek would be there too if you want to make him roll.
Sure, I'll make Derek roll.
You were there. You were probably there if you're not in Sherwood.
Yeah, like, so I'm doing a lot of, I'm doing a lot of traveling. But you know what, I'm at this exact point. I'm gonna be there. I'm back. 21. I'm passing news to Annis or something.
Okay.
Can I say Diana was there picking up potions?
Sure. Go for it.
Everyone just looks over.
Hold on.
I'm assuming if Diana was there, it would be the middle of the day or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
I would hope it's during the day.
Perception.
Perception.
He is a rogue, though. He's sneaky.
Okay.
20.
All right.
Not biggity.
Nice. So.
And he's distracted with.
So what? I'll just start from the low and work my way up. Derek doesn't know shit. He rolled badly, and this is not really his deal. It's fine. All right. Up next, Annis. You didn't notice him coming and going. He is super sneaky like that. You don't know how he got everything out of the icebox without you noticing. But he is Buck. He does do things like that. Diana and Aiden, you notice that however it is, he got in and out. He didn't take the doors. He didn't climb the wall. There's no evidence of him leaving footprints or anything to signify that he was here.
I just take one look over at my bro and immediately assume shadow.
Or the fireplace.
Or the, I mean, yeah.
You can't really find anything that would explain what or how he got about this place.
Or a window.
I'm gonna send to him. Why not?
Okay, what would you like to send to him?
Hey, what you up to, bud? Saw you took a lot of stuff.
Munchies.
This motherfucker thinks.
Oh, Sunshine, can you ask him how he's doing? Tell him to call me.
Oh, yeah. I do another sending. Diana says she'd love to talk to you. I put emphasis on love to talk to you in case that, you know, gets his little horny ass to pick up the phone. So, you know, he should call her. She's waiting for one.
You don't get a reply, but you hear a meep, meep on Diana's phone. Got a text.
She's just gonna text him back once she sees the text.
Yeah, I'm gonna type what the text says for you in the chat because it's fun.
Oh, I love this. Ooh.
Find a language that they don't know to make this easier. Are you currently on Penelope's side or Diana's side?
Right now I'm on Diana's.
Okay, let me look at your languages.
I'll say there's one I know that nobody else in this group has.
Yeah, just want to make sure that I pick that one.
No, I've already told you it's not French.
That would be funny.
Oh. I guess I thought that were.
It's like, what the fuck are you saying?
Oui.
Are you having a stroke?
Yeah, it's that one. It's just you.
Okay. Yeah.
Then I'll type the message.
Is actual Diana cackling out loud? Because I need to know.
No, that's me.
Okay. I need to know.
Annis is busy assisting a very irate clock tower person.
Yeah, the person that you're assisting is complaining about the fact that botany's just completely fallen off the last few months. Like, you should really stick to the local independent shops because just the quality is completely different level.
Exactly.
So she just like looks at her phone and just quickly replies and then just closes it and just has this very smug look on her face.
Did he tell you how he did it?
Oh no, he wouldn't tell me.
I'm assuming he's probably getting up to stuff.
I don't.
Oh, he owes me for the groceries.
Oh, here, and Diana just like slams just a wad of cash.
Does she say I don't know?
No, Annis just scoots it back. No, he owes me.
Just take
Not,
it. Just take
no,
it. Just
no.
take it.
I don't.
I'm getting groceries delivered to your place.
No, I don't need money. I need
I know
him to pay me back.
this. Consider this an advance from
I need him
old Bucky.
to pay me back.
From Bucky
So-
Blade.
No.
Diana said. Diana said that she didn't know what he was up to, right? When I, that's what she said. 'Cause it kind of cut out a little.
Oh, I don't know shit.
I'm inciting this.
Go for it.
21.
I don't know what he's up to.
Okay, cool. He's just double checking. He's like, you gave a smug face. He's just like, why the smug look then?
I mean, just, you know, he did actually text me,
I'll give you
Oh.
and
I think I didn't. I was like, look, you are very attractive, and I know how he works.
I don't know
So.
what you're talking about.
When he least suspects it.
What are you talking about?
Messaging you. That's how I got him to message you.
Wait, now I'm confused.
Oh, because she was like, she doesn't know anything, and he was like, why the smug look, and you responded that, and then he was just like, okay, oh fuck, my brain can't even function. Pretty much, item is like, look, I got him to message you because like I know him, and you are very pretty, and he will message you. He's complimenting Diana.
We're having
okay.
3 different conversations right
Yeah,
now.
that's
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the fuck's happening? She's just like, Sunshine, I have no idea what you are trying to say to me, and I know you're speaking to me in Sylvan, and I still don't understand.
Oh, this is him trying to say common. He's trying to do his practice right now. This is his.
Oh, then she's like, yeah, you gotta do better, buddy. I don't understand.
At least we know dear old Bucky is still alive.
He's,
And
you know, I'm going to
that's-
see him later today, so I can ask him what he's up to if you want.
He'll come back on his own terms, I suppose.
Are you sure? Because I'm going to see him.
I don't care. So long as he's not getting into too much trouble and I don't have to bail him out.
Are you sure you don't care?
I am sure.
I don't like how she said that.
Well,
There are shenanigans afoot, and I can feel it in my bones.
This is just.
I'm
this is
sure.
not the first time. This is how Buck is. I'll get him back for the groceries.
So, well, I'm not one to kiss and tell. Goodbye, and she just like
Oh my
casually
God.
throws out the door.
Oh my god. This motherfucker.
Ennis doesn't believe for a second that Buck has enough swag to pull Diana. Not to mention...
No, he doesn't.
not.
No.
He's seen the way Diana looks at Nimue.
Oh,
Not
absolutely.
even half a second.
They're in on some shenanigans though together,
But,
and you can't tell me
know,
otherwise.
I'll find out eventually.
Wait, can I roll deception?
But now I just don't care.
Or can I roll persuasion? Can I
Too
roll
late, I
both?
see through you. I see through you.
I roll inside, I guess?
I already rolled mine.
You know what? I'm gonna make this persuasion.
Oh, well. Yeah, okay.
I see.
I don't want to believe you, but you are very compelling.
Oh no, the nat one.
You know, with Nimue, I just thought...
Alice, are you jealous?
No. definitely.
Oh.
Ugh.
I can take you out for... She just kind of, like, leans on the counter. Just kind of leans on the counter.
No, thank
Are you
you.
sure?
Yeah, I really thought, you know, with Nimue and all that,
Oh.
I'm perfectly fine. She just kind of grabs Derek and drags him over. I'm
Oh,
perfectly
Derek can
fine.
come along too.
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about
Hey
me.
guys, where'd all the food go?
Got to go grocery shopping. I've got so much to do.
Was that Heath?
No, that was not Buck. Derek.
That was Derek because he rolled so badly on his perception check.
Oh.
He's like, Derek, come here, and she just slides that same wad of cash into his hands. And she,
I am
like,
very wealthy. I'm okay, but thank you.
God damn it, Derek!
It's
Please
not-
give this to your poor-ass girlfriend who is not accepting the grocery money.
She is not poor, but she has a great ass. Thank you.
I know she has a great ass.
Well, okay. Anyway, I don't need grocery money. I need Buck to eventually come and apologize. I know one day he will grow a pair of balls and go and do that.
Oh, he already has.
I did
You
not
know,
need- No.
we're on a sending spree right now while everyone's having fun together. Oh my god.
Carry your potions. It's been nice seeing you.
It's been an absolute treat to see you as well. And she just winks at Annis and then walks out the door.
Tell Penelope hi for me, I guess, if you see her before I do.
You know, I haven't really seen her much since she went on tour. I might have gone to like 7 of the shows, but you know, I haven't really seen her much.
Give you a backstage tour?
Oh yes, every time. Did you get a backstage tour when you
Of
were?
course. Who do you think I am?
You're a boss-ass bitch is what you are.
Exactly. And the voice from the staff chimes in like, yeah, exactly.
Wait, does it like audible from outside the staff?
No.
Oh.
It's just in Annis's head. She has not told anyone yet.
Oh jeez. It's like, okay, now I'm leaving for real this time. I'm actually leaving.
Okay. Well,
I'm leaving.
you know where to find me.
I'm actually leaving for real this time.
See
I'll
you
miss
later.
you.
Goodbye. I'm leaving. Leaving for real.
We have some
He
work
does
done.
the finger guns that he's been taught to do.
Yep, I'm leaving. I'm actually leaving. And she like bolts out that door.
Aiden just turns to her. Oh, she's absolutely up to something.
Yeah, but I genuinely don't care
Oh yeah.
about the Buck thing. Like I said, he'll do whatever it is he's doing. He'll come back eventually. I don't believe for a second that he's cool enough
Shelly.
for Diana.
Oh no, that's not what I'm thinking about.
Okay.
That is not happening. That is not happening.
I mean, if you're having fun.
Fun is a word.
All right. So now we're gonna roll ahead time a little bit more.
Speaking of funsies, I sent you a message.
Oh, let me see what was... Oh god, there's a lot of stuff down
I
here.
literally start for funsies.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
I was like, while we're all here, you know, this is some good weird.
I just pulled up the thing and like all the different pictures of money. Alright.
And somehow, despite everyone being super busy, we probably meet up for movie nights. Maybe not with Penelope. She's busy on tour.
I'm gonna say it might be a.
You're not allowed to watch Titanic without her. She will kill you.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
well, no, we're not watching Titanic, but you know, like just random VHS movies.
I mean, by this point in time, Penelope can drop in whenever she wants to. She has fast travel unlocked.
Oh, that's true. We do have the pond in the back. Oh no.
Yes.
A fate worse than death.
How could this keep happening?
Well, she looks cozy. Obviously can't move her.
It's just not done. Okay. So, we're going to move ahead to September.
Oh.
Now that we're about a month out, it's finally time for Annis to get her delivery.
Woo.
So, who wants to be present?
Me.
Oh, we could have this be out of movie nights.
You could. Like, that's up to
That'd
you.
be hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, we're watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
We're not watching.
Look,
that.
it's Sordel's family.
Yeah, Derek is entertaining you with the lore of this and how this led to the Coming Out of Our Shells tour, which he went to as a child.
Of course he did.
And by child, we mean the age he was when it came out, which was not a child.
Look,
Hey. Hi, Lucretia. Did you want to watch this film about these teenaged mutant ninja turtles with us?
As tempting as that is, I'm here to actually deliver to you something that may also be worthy of your evening.
Oh yeah, pause the movie.
You pause it on exactly the frame where you can see the human being inside of Donatello's mouth.
oh my god.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, it doesn't get better. Alright. Might as well get some pictures up for this.
I was about to say, did you have that exact frame on hand, or?
No, but it's very easy to find. But I just wanted to get something up on the screen since it's kind of dead right now. I'm not putting up a map for you watching TV, so.
I think at one point we were like we could be projecting them on the on like the wall in the backyard or something if we could figure out how to get up to the top. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so there she is. Gotten all that art up in here.
Why not both?
My boss wife. Wife boss?
So many.
Like, yeah. Just...
Like, that is a factual statement. Alright, so there she is, and she is going to, like, hold up her right hand, and floating above her right hand are 3 little pieces of metal. And on the back of her right palm, you can see the marking of a command seal. And so she says to you, "Are you prepared to receive this?"
Yeah, I suppose it's time. I am prepared.
And so she will slowly float them over in your direction, and on your exposed right hand for you, right? She's right hand dominant?
Yep.
Yeah, they will somewhat painfully stab down into the back of your hand and create the image of your command seal, which I will pull up.
Oh, we get to see it.
Unless you're hiding it from the others, I will show it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, everyone present would be able to see it, so that's everyone in the party at least.
Yeah, let me get that up in here. Grab my images. So
This for a while.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, but it's the first time we get to show them on the screen. Refresh that folder. Oh, there it is. I'm eventually going to learn this newer version of Fantasy Grounds where they move this stuff, but this appears on the back of your hand.
Oh, it looks so fucking cool.
That's
It looks like a
badass
face.
fuck.
Holy shit.
Oh.
It looks like a whole ass face. I love it. It's so fucking badass.
It does
Yup.
look like a
I was going for more of a bird, but yeah, it does kind of look like
Oh,
a
I
I guess
can
it
see
could
the
be both.
bird.
I guess.
Oh yeah.
It kind of looks like a bird's face. So,
Yeah. I'll
That
fix it.
too. That it does. It looks like a beak.
Oh, that's smart. Okay.
Oh.
Let me see.
Oh, okay. Here.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah, Aiden's like bringing out like gauze and stuff to like wipe up if there's any blood and like patch you up and
No, it just stung a little. These are not going to be very hideable. I'm going to have to wear a glove. Do like a fingerless glove.
Ooh.
Or one of those
Can I-
gloves, maybe.
Just get like.
I've suddenly acquired a taste of. I need to do archery. Yeah.
You just get some cool fingerless gloves. It's fine.
Yeah.
can I like see it? Because he's explained to you the whole like what he wants to test out.
I mean,
Can I
you can see
Yeah,
your
sure.
hand. It's up to you if you want to do it.
Get one off. Yeah.
He's gonna do the detect magic on it first, see if it pings.
Okay, let me see the exact rules of Detect Magic. Because I cast it too often in Pathfinder to trust my memory of how it works here.
Okay.
Alright, Detect Magic.
Oh, so since I at least got a good look at them, can we see what Lucretia's look like?
I will tell you in a second.
Okay.
You sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. Since magicking this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn at School of Magic, if any. Alright, spell can penetrate most barriers, but is blocked by 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood of dirt. So, detecting magic, ignoring all the other magic things going on here, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
The command
I blind my...
the command spell does signify magic. You can see magic in it. It does not register as any of the 8 schools initially, but if you focus on it long enough, you can eventually pull out of it that it is, I guess in, why am I blanking on the word for it? It's the summoning one. Is it?
Oh, conjuration.
Conjuration, yeah. I'm blanking on the basic word. I'm like, it's not transmutate, it's conjuration.
It's okay.
Yeah, there's a conjuration tie to it. But it's conjuration and some divination and some evocation. And there's like little bits trickling in. The longer you focus on it, the more you get pieces of it. But conjuration is the first one you get because it's presumably tied to the summoning.
Does it emit like how it says you kind of see like a faint aura? Does it give like a glow to the like the seals itself where you could see the design of it, or is it just like an overall glow on the person?
It's a general glow across the back of her hand. It does not exactly go in outlines.
Okay.
So, theoretically, if she had magic gloves on or something else, in passing,
Okay.
you wouldn't know. If you spent enough time there focusing on it and you were to notice the same patterns again, then you would at least be able to identify it, but like you wouldn't know how many seals there are or what the pattern is.
It's more along the lines of understanding what kind of makes it up specifically, and if it glows like on the back of the hand, to be able to ping as fast as possible who is and isn't.
And who isn't wearing like gloves to block that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because technically wearing lead gloves might make this hard.
Which would also, I mean, make fighting with hands hard too. So you know.
Right. So you know, options.
Like if you're wearing lead gloves,
any kind of gloves with like magic in them, like even just reinforcement magic, would kind of not block it, but it would
overlap. So I need to know, like, is this added to it? Are the baselines here? Yeah, like Aiden wants to make sure he can become a pinging radar as fast as possible.
So, given that, that's what you picked off of hers. Over in Lucretia's direction, you're also sensing magic.
Ooh, you know it is 30 feet. She right there.
She right there. Lucretia congratulates you on your entry into the Grail War. And I suggest that you try to be careful. It would be absolutely dreadful if something were to happen to you. Both, I personally would be saddened, but also, while the harvesters are not active at the moment, you still don't want them collecting hands.
You're cutting out bad.
While the harvesters are not active right now, it would still be terrible if they were to go about cutting hands. So, she's telling you to be careful.
Yeah.
Maybe don't go spider hunting or something.
Well, that's already taken care of.
Right. She's just letting you know that now, through the start of it, like she needs to make sure that everyone gets there to start the ritual. She also recommends against summoning your servant too early, because you have to keep them going. And that can be exhausting. But yeah, you can see markings on the back of her hand. The image that she has looks... I don't have a picture handy for reasons that'll make sense in a moment. But the image on the back of her hand looks like a bat. It looks like a bat hanging upside down with... like, Derek thinks it looks like Batman, and that's cool and all, but like it doesn't actually look like Batman. It just is aesthetically there. But as you're looking at hers with your magic sense, Annis's, for the most part, is, you know, settled in. Hers is starting to glow. All of you can see that. It's not just detect magic. Like, something about hers is starting to trigger. And she looks down at it. And then you remember back on the boat when the other face on her came out of, like, the original Einsburn woman, just for briefly. That is starting to happen here. But it's kind of shifting to a third and unfamiliar face. It's still similar to... It's the middle step between the face that she gives you now and the more Einsburn-y face that she had before. And this one says, "You'll do." And then the right hand of her extends outward immediately, and 3 pieces of jagged metal fly out of her hand and into Aiden's hand. Blood flying everywhere. This is not as clean as the one that just happened to Annis. And then Lucretia shifts back to her own face and looks down at her hand, and then she looks over at yours.
I'm looking horrified, my hand's covered because I don't have anything drawn right now. It was a work in progress.
Yeah.
He covers it immediately. Sally.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I know
I don't, but... And then her face distorts again back over to that one that we just spoke a moment ago and says out loud, Lucretia von Einsburn has fulfilled her role as the organizer of this Grail War. It would be inappropriate to the Grail for her to participate. So I, as the ruler overseeing this Grail War, have chosen another.
Thank you.
And then it shifted back to her, and she's just like breathing heavily now.
Was
We both are.
okay?
Okay, was that just you?
No. It seems that was the Grail.
Are you okay?
I apparently will be participating as an overseer and not a master. And she looks over at Penelope. Please make sure one of these two wins.
Oh, jeez.
I plan to.
Yeah. Same.
I mean, I guess that made my problem easier. And you just like look down, blood everywhere. I'm sorry about the mess. It's like all over the TV.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtle frozen on the screen now has blood dripping from its face. It is actually incredibly disturbing.
Penelope's just gonna reach over and turn off the TV because she's like, no, not right now.
I'm gonna
Healing word.
I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna go wrap this up.
Just that healing word.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna. Yeah, he's just keeping his head. 'Cause I don't have anything. I was just gonna wrap it because I don't have anything. The good old-fashioned healing.
Penelope's just standing there, like jaw dropped, like looking at Lucretia, like, what the fuck?
So me asking was that Justice was out of.
Oh, was out of character?
Yeah.
Yeah, I assumed. But out of character, yes.
Okay.
Which is why it's the middle face.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, no. You know what Justice looks like. You've seen her.
Yeah.
So yes, in character, you also know that. You've seen her. So you saw her via the flashback. You're right. Yeah. So you would know that. That is who that was. The Grail was talking via her.
Happened. Well, obviously I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I win, and if I can't, I'll do everything I can do to make sure he wins, gesturing over at Aiden.
If it's the two of us, then we know things will be good. Watch out till the end, and I mean, if you want fair, 1v1.
We'll discuss that when we get there.
Yeah, just gotta keep each other safe. Yeah.
We've got so many other people to go through. We really only know. We don't know who the Mage Association person. Well, now we know who.
We don't know who either of them are.
There's two. That's true. At least now we know who the wild card is.
Haha. Well, I guess that's one I'm not stealing.
We know we have to fight good old Apex first. At least now we don't have to fight Lucretia.
Indeed.
Yeah.
This is still... It is a confirmation that the ritual is working. We know that it will work now because she's made contact. And apparently I have to go talk to the church about my role in this. She does not look happy.
I don't even need to roll to see that. I'm like,
No.
damn.
Oh, I would have shared what happened in the meeting with, at the very least, Aiden and Penelope.
Oh, yeah.
About
That's
how
great.
I know what the overseer is probably going to be Laeticia, and how Freddy's training to wield the jawbone and all that stuff. So by now they would definitely know that.
Okay, yeah, he would definitely have questions for you about the jawbone and fighting with it.
Oh shit. Okay, I just got kicked out of Fantasy Grounds again.
Oh no.
It's okay. We're winding down. You don't need to pull it back up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna message you on Discord.
Okay.
What I was going to send in chat box, but
Yeah. So, yeah. That's how that went. So, to recap for anyone, since a lot of time has passed, the known masters are now Annis and Aiden.
Hey.
Fulfilling the other required slots are going to be Lavisa Edelfelt taking in the Tosaka spot, and for the Einsburns we have Ambrosio, and so the Einsburns will be participating there. So that adds up to 4. There are the 2 mystery Mage Association members, and finally there's the Butcher. And apparently, to some extent, not entirely sure how much, this Grail War will be overseen by a ruler who is currently the 3rd voice in Lucretia's head.
Whew. Being Lucretia is suffering.
It's not great. And I'll let you wonder what spirit that is. Because rulers are picky, and we're not following the Grand Order thing where you can just put on a swimsuit. We're following the actual rules.
Well, I think we know it's not Joan of Arc, because that's supposed to
I mean,
be...
we'll figure it out
Yeah,
later. We don't.
yeah, we'll figure it out.
I was say,
just like
now
the,
is not the time.
Just like the 2 clock tower mages, we'll figure it out. I'm assuming
Yeah.
we're not any closer to figuring out the identity of either of them.
Not at this time.
And I'll have the picture for you via
Before you go to war proper, I'm going to give you the final updates from all of your NPCs and what they figured out. And that's going to kind of be your reward briefing from all of the people that you've helped along the way. So you're going to get updates from Vivi. You're going to get updates from Felix and his network. You're going to get updates from Sherwood and a few other places. And we will put all this information together, and you will get what passes for a briefing. And it is now September, so obviously we'll still fill in the gaps for all the one-on-one things that we said we were going to do. So those are still happening. We'll slot them in as appropriate. I guess over the course of this one, what I kind of want to pick up next time is any other things that we decide we want to do on screen we'll take care of first. But I'm hoping that for next session we can do at least one of the summonings. Because it is a full ritual, there is rolling, it will determine the stats of your servant. So, excitement.
I'm down for that.
I got the rules for it, and once I built your servant, then I will add them as a PC and you can claim them.
Woohoo!
Also, fair warning, servants are badass. So.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I'll also explain to you how your staff works.
It seems pretty straightforward, but yeah.
There's more to it than what's in that.
Okay.
so
That's a
fun.
good question. Was Penelope able to find the thing that she was looking for?
She was. Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, I will also add that to your inventory so that you can hand that over when you see fit.
Okay.
But yeah, so that kind of catches us up to, you know, a month out. And also, like, you will, I think as a group, we're going to kind of play House or The Sims or something and determine who gets to live in your big fancy under spider dungeon.
Woo!
Woohoo!
So obviously it can be people from Sherwood, but it could also be other people that we've met along the way.
Yes. Like,
Right?
the way that we're treating this is you can bring other people there and they can be helpful, but for arbitrary RPG RAM reasons, we will not be bringing a party of 15 people to fight.
Yeah.
This is way more they're providing passive benefits from their skills and abilities that will be helpful, but, like, for instance, if you bring the parents of Valeria and Sherwood, they know how to make potions. They can help you getting potion materials and stuff like that together. Like, I'm not going to make a full-blown system of, and here's mechanically how we do all this, because, like, every RPG has those, and they're very tedious. But conceptually, yeah, if you, like, whoever you bring along can make it so that you're not actively, while trying to do a Grail war, out collecting thistles or whatever. Like, we can hand-wave some things away there. That said, the more people you bring, the more people you have to feed. So keep that in mind.
The power of clerics. Great
Yeah.
food and water, motherfuckers.
Hey, that's your spell slots, buddy.
The power.
You've
power
got to
of my
feed a
mom.
servant now.
The power of planting a garden and then having a spell that can grow it immediately.
Yeah.
I'll add that too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, druids and clerics.
Very quickly.
Yeah. Like, you're in a good position for this. Also, just, like, keep in mind that once you do the summoning, we get to start playing with the rules for, like, keeping a servant alive. So,
Yeah.
which will be interesting. I was originally going to reschedule or reformat this a little bit to make it so that they act closer to how actual Type Moon servants work with, like, units of mana and stuff. And as I started statting that, I'm like, this is stupid. Let's just use spell slots. I don't need to make this a simulation of something that is honestly Nasu pulling numbers out of the air as he was going. Like, we will still be playing 5th edition. I'm not building a separate game that we're playing in the middle of this game. Which is fine. But yeah. And also, like, once we get started proper, I will finally share with you the world map for Dream's End. And you will only be able to see the parts that you've been to, so you will actually be, like, filling it out as you explore. We will account for the fact that you did some scouting in the downtime. It's not just going to be Spider House and nothing else. Like, we'll account for that. But now that there are other mages and whatnot running about, you have more opportunities to encounter weird stuff. So, hey, who knows? Besides, I get to drop more plot twist at you next week, so that'll be fun.
Yeehaw.
So yeah, I think this is like number 111.
Hey,
Was it?
a good number.
I think so. We've been doing this a long time.
Good number indeed.
I'm trying to decide if we should start a new number system for this, just so that people don't feel like they have to watch 111 episodes if they just want to watch a Grail War.
We could label
Don't
it
be-
season 2.
We could.
Yeah,
A very long season 1.
yeah. Yeah, like, I'll come up with something, but like after we get the actual like the setup and the summoning done, I'm probably going to take a week off and just use that night to like record a recap of like 70 episodes just to give people a jumping on point. And maybe we'll also use that as like the night for planning out how you want to manage your little base or something. Like, we could still get together as a group of us, but it might not be a recorded thing. So, but yeah, we get to go in and you finally get to start fighting stuff. Also, that gives Aiden some time to get a command seal.
Oh, that's also true.
Yeah, I had pictures saved for what I liked and I wanted to edit, but it's been a month.
I want to say we were still living at Bexley when I made that one.
Oh yeah, I had pulled this up from forever ago. Like,
It was a long time ago. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a while ago. Well, anyway, I'm gonna pop the close button on the stream because we are done with the main stuff. So, good night, the internet. We'll be back in a week with whatever happens next.
Hey.
Good night,
Goodbye.
Shindar.
We did more plot in that than
Honestly,
300 episodes.
speed